Right, is this working? Everything working? Alright, we're live. Check audio. Alright, we're live. Check audio. Alright, we're live. Music can be a tad louder. Alright, should be good now. God, it's crazy. Yo, Aura. Welcome. Thanks for the follow as well. I need to thank everyone, like, later when they come in. But yeah, welcome, welcome. So, I've started a tad bit early, so you're gonna have to wait a bit. But, so I've wrote a little document here with just some common things I've noticed. I've looked through everyone's things, and I've written some things, and then I'm gonna give everyone their own little pointers, and I'll share the document as well. Oh, that's great. It's going alright, you know. Just been focusing on school and shit. Doing some designs on the side sometimes, of course. Music's too loud for even me. Okay. How have you been doing, man? I'll get the tweet ready. I know it's so bad to put the link in the fucking main tweet, but I don't care. Alright, awesome. I'll get ready to send that out. Oh yeah, fair enough. Where do you work and stuff? If you don't mind telling me. Yeah, I'll send that out. I'll put it everywhere. Hi lads. Boop. Port stream. Okay. Wait for some people to fill in. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Oh, when like you're allowed to talk about it, that'd be sick. I can't wait to hear about it. Your motion designs are like crazy. It's gonna be really hard to like critique your portfolio because obviously motion design's not my giant strong suit. Yo, Leek, what's up, bro? Alright, so the idea here is, right, is I have this document and I'm gonna fill in little pointers for everyone instead of making a tier list. So I feel the tier list is a bit unproductive. Yeah, alright, this is gonna turn to like a watch party for your portfolio. Alright, awesome. So, again, we'll just wait for people to fill in a bit. Who's here now? I can't. I forgot to check. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, definitely. Like, while tier lists are fun and all, I made like a mock one, and I was like, who's gonna like learn or feel inspired from this? While I personally felt it very motivating to be placed in a lower tier and then rise upwards in later streams, I don't know how everyone else fucks with that. So I thought it would just be better to do this. Just give pointers. Yo, Kairu, welcome. We'll probably start like at exactly 8. So about 3 minutes to go. I have everyone's ports open. Yeah, exactly, alright. That's why I don't want to do it. It's a very risky gamble type scenario. Hey Driffy. Alright, Kairu Driffy, to explain, right. I'm going to be sharing a Google Docs with everyone, just filled with individual pointers instead of making a tier list. And I also have some common things here that I'll start reading out at about 8. You can give it a little read now, but I can go more in depth into them. These are just like common things that I see within everyone's portfolio. Yeah, Kyra, I get that. Like, honestly, being placed in a higher tier is so much nicer. It's so lovely. But if you're sticking in the same place, that's kind of... It's not fun. It's not a nice, motivating position. Yeah. Oh, almost 8. What time are we going? We'll leave this here. I queued the same album like 5 times, so we're just gonna be listening to this for a while. Wow, I love New Day. Nice under here. Alright, I'll go over the common things now. So, basically, right, so firstly, Bihan's covers, right? So, I know a lot of people like to either put anime characters as their covers, or what's it called again, just have text saying what it is, like headers or whatever. I've learned, like, through just doing, like, a portfolios for a while and from, like, my teachers in my school and such, that having your work showcased at the front actually does get you more views. Like, people want to see your work, right? They don't really know what they're going to see when they click on an anime character. It could be great, it could be terrible. Like, that's what I feel when I scroll through Beyond's. I'm definitely looking for when I can see their work. Secondly, remove your old work. I know some people like to... Like, I used to do this. I like to see improvement when I make things. But it gets to a point where, like, your portfolio is meant to showcase what you're best at. It's meant to showcase the best you've done, not the improvement you've gone to get there. People don't want to see that. They want to see maybe a process. I know a lot of clients and workplaces like process, but showing old work is generally not the way to go on your portfolio. Fan art. If you don't, I think it goes without saying, if you don't have permission, don't do it. I was debating actually talking about this one, because I see it as like the people who already use fan art, they generally are still gonna do it. They don't care, which is like, it's not fine, but I cannot stop you. Unfortunately, I do not have access to your PC. While fan art looks amazing, asking for permission is something you must do. Text, right? This is a huge one, and I will say this for about 90% of these. People need to work on a lot of things about their text. Yeah, fan art's like a moral thing, definitely. But it's also just about respecting other people's business. Because, obviously, they're doing the same thing you're doing. They're both trying to make a profit from their art. Like, I see a lot of designers getting on people for using their designs a lot. And not nearly as much backlash comes to those designers who use fan art. Well, Karumi, I wonder who recommended me that. I mean, truthfully, while that's true, a lot of designers are capable of not using fan art. It's not necessary for a lot of them. They're really skilled. But, you know, back to text. I feel as though everyone's either goes, like, you can go simple, but I feel people go incredibly simple with just stroke text. And then there's, like, 3D text, which, like, people need to learn how to manage their lighting and stuff, or it all just looks really, like, basic Blender text. And then there's also color theory, where, like, this goes into this, but a lot of people have, like, black text on grey background, and it's very hard to read. Visibility and communication is probably the most important thing you can do in design. And then lastly, inspiration. Like, taking inspiration from things is incredible. Like, oh wait, let me just read out what Laura said. But yeah, no. Typography is definitely like one of the most complex aspects. It's so hard to do. It is the hardest part, but it is the most important fucking part. Oh, you've sent your pull-up cycle? Okay, let me check it real quick. Thank you. I'll add it to the list real quick. Since you sent it late, I haven't had time to like plan what I'm gonna say. So keep in mind of that if I go a bit slow on yours. But yeah, no, inspiration, please take inspiration. Please, like, oh, you do not know how many times it can save your ass from like a complete, like, maybe you're in a burnout, maybe you don't know what to do, what to place, maybe you don't know what will look good. Like, it's honestly amazing, and it can teach you like different layer styles you can try out and such, how you can make like fake 3D look good, etc. So just scroll through Beyonce or something, Pinterest, whatever. Alright, so I guess we should start the port reviews. So let's start with Kairu. Alright, so let's start with the only thing you have, Twitter headers. Love that. Mood boards, that's another one. That is another great one. Mood boards are freaking fantastic. Like, that goes with the inspiration. They help tremendously. Alright, so firstly we have the iris header, right? So I feel like these bits at the side are really weird and don't fit too much. I get they're probably meant to be the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, correct? But I feel with the whole gist of the header being like somewhere in the clouds in the air, and with everything being blue and pink, I feel like the dark browns really like fuck with it a bit. And I think that's like the most glaring issue with it. And I also think while the text looks quite nice, I don't feel it fits with the overall theme of the I don't know if the header has a theme to it itself. You have Dark Magician Girl and you have They're in the Sky. So that's pretty like straightforward. I just don't get how the cards and all that all connect to it. I don't feel like there's some overarching thing I can combine with them, you know? That might just be me waffling. But I do feel like everything doesn't piece together too well. Like, these could all be on separate headers and I wouldn't notice. Right, Danny Phantom. We love Danny Phantom. Right, so first thing I'd say is glass texture. I don't know if that's just my eyes, but it looks really low quality. And I don't get, like, I get he's actually, now that I look at it, right, so is he popping out of a TV? Because if so, like, the scanline textures, I don't think they make sense with the glass being broken, if he is coming out of a TV or something. At least that's what I think. But yeah, I think the texture's a bit too harsh on it. And I also feel like, so there's this splatter here, like, they're just placed around. I don't quite understand it, if that's what makes sense. Like, this is the same with the last one. I don't understand a lot of what's going on. They don't fit too well. And this like text over here. Give me a second.
You like this?
Love you, Dad. My fault. Don't say hi. Right, 3D text over here. I don't quite get what it means. At least as I'm viewing it. It's probably like a Danny Phantom reference or something. Even though I watched it all and I still don't get it. But it looks really off. And just in there. I think like if I scroll through, there's a lot of what I can say is just like probably should not be in there. Like, just feels just there. Right. So I'll skip through a few for time, but I'll just go basic details. Oh right, that's good, Kyrie. I feel like I'm waffling. I really like this one. I really do. Like, this one's awesome. I feel it could use a bit of texture possibly. Like, well, while you like overuse texture here, I feel like that texture could be applied here and maybe toned down still. And I feel it look really nice since it is a TV space. And while I know you're creating depth, I feel as though if the Y was above the TV, like the space thing, it would make like it would create like quite the effect, I feel, and I think it would look nice. Though I see what you're doing. That's a nitpick. Like, it still looks good. I quite like this one. It's probably one of my favorites so far. The Genova one, while I do like it, I don't feel like the monochromatic, I think is the word, for like the 2 color tone things, is quite working here, because the text is looking like it's quite hard to read. Like, I get it's Genova because I know the person, not personally, but but it blends very heavily into the other green backing and purple backing, and I have no idea what's happening here. This is like a cluster of like textures and images that I just don't get why it fits in there. Like, there's a lot of things that I can, like this grid here, there's a lot, like, while the items look nice, again, I could see them all being placed in different headers, not together, if that makes sense, and it still makes sense. Hi Kusari, Farmer, that's rude, that is rude. You cannot get away with that. This Argonaut one, it's quite nice. The one thing I would say is big thing on the text. Yeah, you should work on purpose. If you're looking at your design and there's something that doesn't look right or you feel does not have a purpose of being there, then I think you should dip on it. That's my little thing. Because it's really hard to make like headers which are really filled with stuff and clusters without like making a lot of it unnecessary. Like, I feel you used fire textures and all that, and even these paint flashes, I think you used those really well. They all feel like they should be there and have a purpose. It's just the text way too big. Profile picture here covers some of it. I feel like it could have just filled this space quite nicely. I do really like what you've done with the O and the half circle though. I think it looks awesome. So I like the ideas. With this one, I feel this is this a bit old? Is it a bit old? I feel like we're getting to the older stuff now, right? Either way, I feel this is just like, when you had Photoshop open, like, you had as many packs as I had tabs open. Like, there's a lot of just like random textures and a cluster of just stuff being placed here. That it's alright, mate. But there's just a lot of effects I just feel like are just there. Like, this technological spin thing, like, I don't get what that's got to do with the moon and Greninja. I just feel like there's a lot, you know? And I feel like you could really improve by just having purpose. I won't repeat it, like, a lot too much. With this one, I quite like it. Manga effects, ink splatters, everything feels like has a purpose. Minus probably the particles. But that's a small thing. And I feel like the text could be scaled down a bit. I feel like it takes too much portion of the screen. Like, there's like a division between like the entire thing is just character, text, and they're just split in half and cover each portion of the screen. There's no room for like anything else. They don't have their own space. Oh, that too. So what Kurumi's saying is like more depth, since you're trying to create like heads with 3D and 3D text. There's a lot of clusters of stuff. Adding depth, like things in the foreground, things in the background with blurs or whatever, that can help create, like, make it look like a 3D space. Oh, it's an older version. You need to update your portfolio, my friend. But yeah, no. Well, how I like to think of depths is, imagine the header, while it is 2D, imagine it as a 3D space, where things, like, realistically should be in front of each other, back of each other. To the camera, things to the back should be blurred, like depth of field and stuff. Things to the front should also be. That's how I like to imagine it. This one, same issue as the Greninja one. There's just like a lot of things just there, like pack textures, textures, a lot of textures. And to be fair, I don't feel like there's enough space filled. It just feels fairly unfinished of a header, if that makes sense. Though it looks incredibly old. I'm guessing this is old. And you've definitely improved from there. This one's really nice. I was looking at this one before, and I was like, where did this come from? Like, was this you? Like, this is a good example of you using everything correctly. I feel like the text has its own contrast. It's very well scaled. I feel like all the pack textures make a lot of sense. The rocks, the splatters, the texting, like, it all kind of makes sense with Midoriya and just my hero. The only thing I would say is his eyes are too bright. That hurts. The exposure's too much. Otherwise, though, like, that's a small thing. I think this is your best. 100%. How many we got after? 3, okay. This one, I really like the render on this one. You did hard work on the CC here. I think it's my favorite CC. I'm glad you put it as the Beyonce cover. I feel like the text is honestly just letting you down here. I don't really know what to say about it, other than it's incredibly basic than what you could have done. CC goes incredibly hard. This is like really fucking well CC'd. You should definitely go for doing this a bit more. Oh, Creamy, this is the montage song. This one, I feel this is old as well. But just to also critique it, like... Oh, the client asked for that. I'm sorry. Then, this would have been something... This probably would have been your best if the client didn't ask for that. This one, text, middle. I don't know if this is just personal preference or like a common thing, but text at the bottom here just doesn't make sense to me at all. And the way it's like distorted to it's facing like downwards on a diagonal, I feel it doesn't match at all. Like there's no wave, there's no traveling. I feel like if you wanted to diagonal, I feel I had to go with Mithra's hand. But I think it should have just been straight in the middle. Personally. And then, I don't get the tech stuff behind Pyra, but that's probably just lack of Xenoblade knowledge. And aren't these guys like robots or something, like blade things? This one, I really like this one. I actually do. I really like it. I was looking at it before, and I didn't know what to pinpoint, other than like the text. I don't get the text in regards to the themage of everything. That looks like I like the type. It's quite gritty, but I feel like it just doesn't. You haven't given it the same love as everything else with this whole dark, grimmed like textures. Yeah, no, I don't know anything about Xenoblade either, but still, I think like. To be fair, I think it's just like lay off the packs too much. Like, the ones I pointed out, like, this one and this one, like, there's very good usage of composition and text and stuff. You cannot find those in packs. Here, the CC on the Greninja, that's not a pack. I think the rest that I pointed out with the whole random effect thing, that's packs. Mate, you need to find some better clients. Joking. But, they need to give you a bit of love on the text. They need to give you the ability. Alright, so let me write it down for you, and I'll show the doc on my Twitter later. So, use less packs, I'd say. Like, just in general, like, use less packs or utilize them more. Find purpose in the things. Things you place. Hi, Kijo! And what's the last one? Did I say text? Yeah, I guess your text. That's just gonna be a really common one. Yeah, true, Kurumi. I think it's just like, I think that's a like. I'll remove it because I do like agree because I think sorry. I think, like, as designers, we've all had this debate at least once about packs. Some people think they're completely, disadvantaging you, while others believe that they're very useful. I'm personally in the boat of, I think overusage can make you complacent in just not having your own ideas. So how about instead of use less packs, use packs less, or more uniquely? You're putting Ash time on hold. Thank you. God bless. No, you can talk to Ash if you want. It's gonna be like Philly one. I think the word cheating is dumb. Using that specific word, cheating. But I do feel that like there's a lot of like lacking of like I can like have no Photoshop knowledge. I can open a pack, place a bunch of shit, and it'll look probably decent. I feel like people should learn at least a bit if they're wanting to go into it at least. Okay, Kisari, we'll do you. Where are you? Since you're here. I remembered your name. I'm just sick. Alright, so I don't want to critique the digital art since I'm not an artist. I probably can't say much about it. Though I do want to just look at it because I do think it's really nice. I really like it. Like all this trippy shit, like look at that. That's mental. That is like, bro, you are sick at this. Definitely continue. That's all I'm saying. You are sick. But yeah, let's go into heads. This is a thing I can actually talk about. Right. So this Wonder header, I really like the theming, and I think the text looks awesome. It all works really well. Though I just think you need to lay it down with the post effects, I feel. Like there's a lot of chromatic aberration that's affecting the text and making it like make my eyes a bit dizzy. If that's the point, sure. But I feel like it works for the backing, but not so much the text. But I do like it, like, the trippy shit, like, please continue with the trippy shit. Please be like the Kurumi designer. The Sinister header, so I just feel like there's a lot of, I feel like there's a lot of shapes that just, like, don't really, like, the halftones, I personally think the halftones do not work with the colours. I feel like it's a lot of colour issues here. So you have like the text, which is fairly basic. It's like drop shadow stroke, which I don't fuck with too much personally. Like stroke gradient, not my type of thing. It can work, but I don't think it works here. And I think the rest of the colors are just not working. This yellow is very like intrusive on everything else, I feel. The Pokeball does look sick, yeah. I do like the look of it. I'm not sure where it comes from. I'm just going to guess Sinister plays PT, Steve, and Sora. Yeah, it says there. Okay, never mind. But yeah, no. Oh, and I think you should lay off post effects too much on small text. It makes it very hard to see on small text. Like, I can read it, but that's if I try. Asking questions to your clients not only helps understand the brief, so challenges their reasoning or why they want to. That is true. Conversations with clients are very important. I had this one client who actively provides me like a Google document of what they want exactly. They send like their own little mood boards, inspiration, and we talk about it, and it's a very nice time. And I end up delivering something like that we both think is awesome. Yeah, Lemon! Big booty Lemon! Oh my, I still can't believe that. That's really funny. They are the top one client. They're amazing. I've only done Kairu's and currently going through Kusari's. But, you know, I was reading this book about design and clients, and it was just like talking about like how it can take like weeks and weeks of meetings just to get to like a final piece, just so they're both achieving what they need to achieve. This is more for branding stuff. And it really opened my eyes to just like conversating with the client instead of just taking this small brief, complaining about it, and then trying to work with it when you can just talk to them. Yeah, Kara, if there's something you don't get about it, or if there's something you want to discuss more, you should definitely ask for an elaboration. You should tell them stuff. You are the designer at the end of the day. You know your stuff, and they know what they want. So it's good to conversate about it. Communication is key. Exactly. Let's go on to this one. Sweet Lou, I think that says. Well, first snap's text. That was very difficult for me to read. Probably because of the way it's directioned. So you see how, because it's 3D, like, because it's 3D, obviously there's more depth to it. So if you have it on its, like, on that sort of angle, it's hard to see the E's because the holes are very small because they're being covered by the rest of the depth of everything. So I think that's my first snap. And then I think the backing, is like, it's, I can't even say it's bad because like, it's trippy, it's cool. I think the thing throwing me more is the character's drop shadow. I think the darkness and the drop shadow is way too heavy. And I just think it's kind of like unnecessary. It's, if you need something like that to make your ting like way more visible, I don't think the backing is the way to go with it. Yeah, exactly what Aura said. Being a designer is literally just like playing a latent game in real life, you know? It's problem solving. You are solving their problem. That is what your design's for, to solve a problem. Oh, that was your first time? Okay, makes sense. Well, just things to look out for, just like, obviously, angles. The tracking, that is tracking, not kerning. I'm right, okay. I feel it's a bit too large. I get it works with the characters, because there's 3 of them. But I feel like if you would have maybe just gone with the default format of just like text on the right, characters on the left, this could have worked a bit better. Let me check. Did you send it late? Yeah, you sent it late. Okay, I'll open those. I'll probably have to do only headers at this point. We'll see. I have like 2 hours to burn. It's fine. Alright, this one's really nice. This one's awesome. It's very abstract, very cool. I honestly, right, I don't have much to say about it because this style's very just like, how do I put it? I'm not going to say anti-design, that's rude, but it's very abstract, and I just like, I like the look of it. I think that's what it's meant to be, just like, you like the look of it. I don't think it's meant to communicate too much. I can read it says glitcher because there's like 8 different typefaces telling me that. Yeah, no, I like that one. I like it. I think, yeah, that's it. So for Kusari, let me just do. So, where are you? Richard, hey. So that would just be text, color, and then post effects. Need toning down unless your theme is crazy and abstract. So if you're doing like that crazy thing like the Wonder header, I feel it's fine. Like literally. If that's the theme, like go for it, mate. You're not trying to communicate shit, so go on. Thanks, Tensei. That's a good solution, Kurumi. What's it called again? Pick three and then talk about those and go over the 3. I like that. Alright, I'll go over the people here first, actually. I think that's a good one. Okay, let's go to Aurus. He's been waiting in stream for a bit. He was the first one here. So, with Aura, he's a motion designer. So, it's going to be crazy. So, this is basically just going to be a watch through rather than a critique. Literally. Is there any you want us to see specifically, Aura? We'll look at like 2 projects. We'll look at 3 projects. I really want to look at the routine one though. You don't get a choice on that. So we'll look at routine. Aura literally the goat. Congo Falls got you. And then I'll just pick a... Let's pick the Pokemon. Okay. Routine, let's see. Routine. Let's see. All-in-one tracking app to make long-term decisions through gamification. See, gamification. What does that mean? The application of typical elements of game playing, point scoring. Okay, that's taught me son. That's cool. Okay. Bro, I'm just saying, right? I don't care what anyone says. School projects always end up one of the best. Like, I have a few school projects I really love. Like, school projects can go crazy a lot of the time. Oh, this is cute. Isometric thing. Oh, this is brilliant. Nope, never remove this. I feel you mixed your illustration abilities with the UI so like amazingly, because I'm guessing you didn't just get given like a random like I'm guessing you didn't given the room plan option. I mean the room plan idea. You just like did it. I think it was perfect. You were allowed to do isometric design. You were allowed to do the profile pictures and all that because it's an app. I think you just went like, this was just like, the idea really helps. Like, this was a great idea. I need to experiment with Figma. I know how to use XD, but I want to use Figma for my stuff. Because apparently it's awesome. Congo Falls! I love Smash Bros. Let's see the trailer. Let's see the video. Let's go. This song makes me laugh every time. I don't fucking get it. These are cute. Hi. Super cute. It's very unique in terms of like Smash overlays. Like none really look like that, so that's awesome. That's awesome to me. That's just mental to me. Oh, I remember your TikToks. I watched all your TikToks. Oh, I love these. I haven't seen all of them though, so I need to. I saw a good like 13 maybe. Literally the best. I don't care. I literally like your intro to the TikToks are the most memorable thing ever. Oh. Legit, I'd scroll down my For You page and hear you screaming, yo, what's up, whatever. No one's like you, bro. This is sick. The presentation's also really nice. I don't think like you get credit for that, but like I really like the presentation of it moving like a slideshow. The best Pokemon, by the way, just spreading that propaganda. Are you gonna do a similar thing for next year? Or are you gonna pick like a different type of? Are you gonna do like different? Are you gonna do the same thing? Because you definitely could. Oh, look at these. These are cute. Alright, but yeah, no. Literally the most blessed person ever. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, no, the Monster Hunter one. That's awesome. Don't spread that propaganda again. We love hip hop here. Oh yeah, you definitely should. Squirtle's awesome. I can't diss for that. I can't diss that. Who else is here? We'll do yours. Leak, let's do yours. Why not? I remember looking through it and being really impressed by the Uyu stuff. So I wanna go through the Uyu rebrand I want to go through the esports headers since I think esports is your real strong suit, and I'll guess so. I'm just admiring everyone's work at this point. I'm like critiquing it. Okay, I love the typefaces, and I think the topography. I think it's the first time I've actually liked topography maps. Like good info. One thing I will say is I'm not too fond of the completely like red picture here. I feel like you should have toned it down just a tiny bit so we can actually see the picture a lot more. Because to me, like, a lot of it's just a big red square. Yeah, it's hard to critique good work. Thanks, man. Or is that Ash? Uyu's awesome. Yeah. These are really nice. Just one thing I would say is everything's really flat, and then we have the white drop shadow here. I feel like if those were removed, I feel like it could look a lot more fluid, because I always see drop shadow as like attempting to make it a tiny bit more 3D while also keeping like an illustrative kind of look. So that's what I feel you could do with the headers, just like this white drop shadow, it doesn't feel good. I do think it works here though. I do feel like it really works here. It's larger and it definitely showcases it definitely just like drags focus over with the red. So I feel like that's just a good use of color here. These are just really nice. Like, they're really good. Oh, these are nice. I'd wear those on my phone. But yes, very good. I like the way there's like headers in your things as well, while also having the logos. I think that works quite well. I think you should change the wallpapers posters one so it also does something similar to this. Just having your work up front is very good. Let's go over Esports Headers. These are very nice. I just, so I feel there's like a lot of negative space over here that could definitely be like, obviously not all of it, there needs to be like a little imaginary border, but I feel a lot of that could have been filled with something. And then it's just, the space here feels fine, but I feel like it's a bit too empty. Like this a tiny bit right could have been cool. And then there's just, I feel text alignment as well. So everything's really to the right of everything, while this is in the middle. That's probably just like me being a bit silly, but I feel like that could have been moved. And then, lastly for the text, drop shadow. I don't feel like the drop shadow is necessary. While it doesn't look bad since it's very light, which I know a lot of people struggle with doing, like people overdo it. So I think it's fine you've made it light. I just feel like it wasn't needed. I do like how everything looks though. The cherry blossoms look dead nice. Maybe they could have been spread around this area as well. And maybe came from this way all the way over to here. This one, I just feel like everything's a bit low quality. Like, did you use different dimensions for this? Everything looks quite low quality. The grey-white gradient on the text, I've just never found to look quite good. And also italics. Not too much of an issue, but I feel like that could have been straighter. The colours are really nice. The particles in the background texture is quite low quality. But I think this is just old. Because your other one does not suffer with quality issues. But yeah, that's mostly what I have to say about it. I just think like composition could use a tiny bit of stuff. You completely fixed it here, by the way. If this is one of your notes, you completely fixed your compositional issues. These are beautiful. So I'm guessing they might just be old. And then we can go into it. Actually, I'm really nicked on time, so I better not do that. Let me delete everyone I've been through. But yeah, I'm really stretched on time. So for you, probably just removing old stuff, in my opinion. And maybe placing the Uyu project just right on the first bit. Like, the first thing you see, boom, Uyu project. Because that is beautiful. I'm with that so hard. Okay, we can do Drippy now. So you're here. Oh yeah, also actually, Kareem's been here for a bit. And Kareem, do you want me to act, like, do you actually want me to critique yours? Like, sorry, Drippy, I just asking him, like, do you actually want me to fully critique yours? Because, like, they're all gonna be, like, 4 years old now. And they've been through, like, a billion different critiques. Yes, keep the old. The old one's lovely. It depends what it looks like, to be fair. I know you don't design anymore. Yeah, it's so old, man. It's so old. Like, 4 years. It's crazy. So, I'm just gonna look at yours and admire it. Like, there's a reason you are written down as Karimi, my beloved. We're just gonna look at Karimi's work. Look at this. This is the filling space king. This is him. He's the OG doodler. He's the 3D text guy. He's the one who put it in an angled direction. I don't care how old it is, this will never get dated. He's the grunge guy. He's the throw brushes everywhere guy. Look at it. This one. That text. I could eat that text. You don't understand, I just jumped up. Right. This is my guy. Look at the colours. He is the colour god. Look at this. Look. Oh my days. This is him. This is him. Could you actually hear me bouncing nobly? Bro, no, this guy's like been my inspiration for everything for years now. Like, I'll be fine, thanks, Mum. I'll be fine, thanks. Love you. Bro, I just fuck with it. Look at that, the sticker thing. Oh my day, I just fuck with all of it. I can't read the text here. Look at it. All the direction, everything's going to the middle. Oh, hi Legacy. Look at it. Oh, we haven't even got to the vaporwave shit. Hi, Johanna. Oh my god. This is what vaporwave should look like. Fuck your scan lines, bro. Fuck your like vaporwave. What's it called again? The grid, bro. Fuck your grid. Fuck your sun, bro. This is it. This is the one, bro. You got the missing texture shit, bro. Look at this, bro. Fuck all your shit, bro. Look at those mini scanlines in there, bro. Fuck everything, bro. What are you, bro? No, bro. Right, nah. Y'all be making it like that. Ignore that. Nah, bro, fuck your shit, right. I'm not man, the person called Daquan. This is what you guys be making those headers like, bro. Nah, bro, this is what they be doing, bro. Would you rather this or this, bro? I'm so... I'm so... Hi, Sid. No, I'm saying... Okay, right. Strap for time a bit. Right. Enough warning you. Okay, hold on. Let me give you your report. Okay, awesome. Drippy. Right, we said we'd do you next. Where's your thing? Literally, where are you? Did I not open yours? Whatever. Did you send yours in late or something? No, you didn't. I don't know. That's weird. I swear I opened everything. Alright, here we go. Here's your anime design. I really like this. It's a new style you've gone with, which I'm very happy about. It's very simple. I've seen this a lot in the anime community. Like this kind of like border thing with a bunch of shapes and then a few characters, simple text. But it does work really well, and I feel like you replicate the style very well. It's very nice. The only things I would say is these two pieces of text that say Izumi-kun and Shikimori-san, I believe, are very small and I believe just are there to be there. These little glow particles are fairly low quality. I feel they could be dashed and nothing of worth was lost. And this text down here is getting blended with the backing a bit too much. Like this little Japanese text here. Otherwise, this is probably one of my favorites right now. Honestly, it looks really good. I have not much critique for it. We have this one. It's just standing there. I didn't. Oh, okay. This one's also really nice. It's one of your better ones out of the style you try to do. I feel like the text is a bit too simple, but it's definitely one of your stronger ones. And this text, the thing I had a giant problem with is the text in the cloud things is like, is that just like calibri? Like, I think that's just a bit too, like, I don't think it makes sense. It doesn't look good. Like, I feel you need to stop, like, putting random text in random places. Alright, this one, I feel it's just, like, particle effect heaven. While it makes sense with Attack on Titan, I feel some things like this fire ring here are very unnecessary and just exist. I feel the text, I don't think you needed I don't think the stroke with the image of Levi in it quite works well and does you any favors. Like, I think it's just the white stroke in general doesn't do you too many favors. Oh, then it's probably like the default Japanese font. Either way, you know. But yeah, no, I think I quite like the usage of how everyone's placed. Like, I like the slash down. I like him up here. I like him down there. I just think the text does you no justice right now. And the particles definitely need to be toned down. This one could have been the best, but I did notice when zooming in that, like, so you gotta stick with one type of water, right? So, like, I get these are paint splashes, because I told you paint splashes kind of look crazy as water for some reason, which they do for, like, a stylistic one. But this one right here doesn't fit or make sense, like the standard, like, Japanese illustrative water. I think that's the main issue. If you're struggling with what to place, then maybe looking at other works, or just simply, like, waiting and just placing things randomly, like what I like to do. If it works good if it doesn't delete it. I feel like the text is very like basic Blender text, but the skull in the middle kind of saves it. I think that looks nice. And then I think the CC could have just been a tiny bit like more experimental, though that is just a thing I think you should try and do. With this one, another text issue, really, textual issue. Like, the Psychopath, like, I think you should try and replicate that more with here. I think that would have looked good in the Psychopath text since it's very basic, and you had the font to boot. I mean, the type. And the last thing is the renders. I really like, this is probably, like, the best render on this whole piece, and I feel like you should have went with this, like, blue, black theme with everything else, instead of them being in full color. But I think the rest looks like, I think like these randomly placed like formulas are cool. Oh, the it's a lifestyle thing, I think like you need to pass up on the basic text randomly in random places thing. Fair enough. Oh, my eyes blew up. My light is not on. Give me a sec. That's not you, that's my light blue. I know this is really old. I think you should remove it. You probably could make it look good with a different font, but I think you should remove it. This one, I feel this is really old, but I feel you need to remove a lot like that are really like old, because you have a lot here. I just feel like the explosion of character renders is not exactly working, because I know you do that a lot to avoid making an actual background. And with this kind of style, you need to be like fucking godlike at text, right? Your text needs to be crazy. I feel like this text needed to be bigger and better. Like I feel you need to experiment more with that. Do more things with it. Like, this is another thing with taking inspiration. You gotta really like you gotta really make the text look like it's theming, like with the header. Like, I don't know, making a 3D bow and putting on the text could have done something, you know, with the character. Just think, little things like that can go crazy with it. This one's super old. I'm not gonna look at them. They are super old. And I've talked about them before to you. I'll go over these. Very strapped for time, actually. We'll look at your glitch ad. This is awesome. I love SpongeBob. This is awesome. A few things though were just like advertising things. I feel like the use code sponge thing should be a bit higher. I feel like it should be like here. Because when it's hugging the bottom, there's not much space for it to breathe. And while I like the bubbles down here, I feel like they don't make sense up here, since the rest is really realistic. The water looks cool. You manipulated that really well. I feel there should be shadows on the glitch thing though, where SpongeBob's hand is. Honestly, you don't need 2 Mr. Krabs. Since you've gone for something fairly realistic, I don't think like 2 Mr. Krabs, 2 SpongeBobs, and 2 Patricks. You could have removed those 3, and it would have looked like completely fine. You could move that text up, and I think it would have looked cool. But yeah, no, you manipulated this really well. I mean, you kind of right, but I feel like there'd be a tiny one, right? There's still like a tiny glimpse of a shadow, right? Oh wait, let me just... Yeah, there'd be a tiny shadow. Since, like, the sun's massive. Like, that's coming from everywhere, you know? That's coming from there. Like, at least a tiny one. Because, like, in real life, like, there's always a shadow. Yeah. Though I do feel like the light here with the rays on the thing look really nice. Big fan of that. But yeah, you did well with the thing. So for you, it is just like where's Drippy? Why are you just here you are, okay. Text, experiments. CC probably. I think it just needs to be refined more than anything. And then what was the last thing I said about it? Oh yeah, the random text. And use less. You're already moving into that actually, so I won't. But I was gonna say like use less renders so you can actually make a background. Alright, who else is in here now? Let's see. Oh yeah, the wife person came in chat before. So first thing is just how your portfolio looks right now. Is I feel you should have your work on your cover, because that's what people click on. They don't click on the text because like anyone makes headers, you know. They want to see what you can do. Hi. And just another thing. I know your name on Twitter is like Troncat or something. I don't. Is this your new name or something? Because it's your Twitch name as well. So it's whatever. Alright, let's look at your heads. We can go through the posts as well. Okay, you got 3. Okay. So for this one, I feel it's just like a lack of experience. So you definitely will get better. Because this is like, it's nice. There's just a lot of concepts I don't think you've quite grasped yet. So one thing called color correction, you've probably heard of it, is like an insane tool that'll just allow you to go further with how your design looks in terms of color. Giant thing with like, you need to look for inspiration, definitely. You need to look what other headers be looking like. You need to look at what people are doing, how you can experiment with the stuff you got. You could probably just run with just experimenting a bit more, and you should go far. Yeah, the idea is awesome, definitely. Again, I think it's just lack of experience, because you could definitely do crazy things if you put grind into it. But yeah, no, this looks cool. I quite like it. This one, it's the same real thing. Like, you just need to grasp some things. So like color correction. The layout's actually quite nice. I'm quite with it. It's just, I feel like you just need to either add more or less, right? So there's a lot of like empty spaces around, which could definitely be filled. You could definitely resize the renders, mess with the composition a little. It's just gonna take a lot of experimentation to get where you want to be. A lot of experimentation, a lot of looking at other people, how they do it, asking them how they do certain things, like changing the colors of the characters, like the contrast of their like dark tones and light tones. But I feel you definitely got it. Yeah, the achievement thing's nice. This one, I saw this on your Twitter header. I really like it. Genuinely? This is what I like. I like this, like, more than half of my own stuff. Like, this is awesome. Like, literally, color correction, banger. Literally. I love this. I have nothing bad to say about this one. Hi, Ian. Literally, this is beautiful. This is a great header. Good job from you. Literally, just CC. Yeah, the style, everything's really great. I tried to make an Adventure Time header once, and I definitely could not do this text. This is beautiful. Did you maybe hand draw those? The lines? But either way, dude, like, very nice work. We've got one poster here. Let's see. Well, either whatever you did, it's good. Alright, this is nice, very stylized. I don't really know how to critique this one, personally. I think it's within my forte. Oh yeah, okay, awesome. They're really cool. Very nice work. Worked hard on the header. But yeah, just covers. Like, I'll write that down for you. Where are you? Covers. CC. Look at inspiration. Don't be afraid to ask other designers how they did things. Oh yeah, and study PSDs. Look at PSDs. If people ever like are giving out, like designers giving, like, I'll literally give you any PSD you want. Like, I don't care. But if you ever see one for like maybe cheap, if someone's giving them away, like look at other people's project files and see how they did things and just study them. That really helps me. But you know, good job on that, mate. Very cool. Let's see. Who else has been waiting here? Well, Ian just came in, so we can do yours, I guess. Unless anyone else is here. Oh, Penny was here. Penny was here first. Okay, let's do Penny. This... I love pasta. I'm not gonna critique the photography. I'm a photography student, but I'm not gonna critique the photography. Alright, let's pick a few. Let's go with the Nevermore project, your social media headers. Let's go. Alright, so these are more esportsy graphics, right? Okay, let's see. So, first thing I'd say is like, composition wise, there's a lot of like lack of negative space. Everything's really squished together, I'd say, and everything like is very squished. And I feel it would have been cooler if the synergy was on this side as well, since we obviously read left to right. This was a bit smaller maybe, and the paragraph alignment of these should probably be the same as this. Like, I would have been if everything was more on the left, I think that would have been cool and nicer. And this guy could probably be moved more on screen. I like the CC on him though. And the backing textures, like, for a Smash Sign, very fine. With this, again, I think you just need to mess with your composition more, because everything on here is incredibly small. I know I was saying before how everything needs space, but with this one specifically, I think the space should be way more sparse. Like, everything does need its own breathing room, but this could take up much more of it, or much more space. This could take up a tiny bit more space. I think it's just compositional shit. This is cool. This is very cool. I know it's a Nevermore branding and stuff. I just feel like this pink, pink, yeah, I'm colorblind. Purple drop shadow 3D thing could have been missed, and this would have looked really nice. I mean, it still looks really nice. The scanline texture thing looks a bit strange, but it's fine. But I do quite like it. With this, I like he's on the. No, I like this one. I feel the layer styles on this could have been way more simpler. I feel like the glow, just the green glow, is not working out. Same with the stroke. I just feel like a lot of people need to mess with their text, like either more or less. Like, sometimes just plain text without a drop shadow or a stroke is cool. Like, when I got on my phase of just like double clicking the layer and clicking stroke every time I'd make something, I felt like I could do way more. There's way more experimentation. But yeah, I just feel like you need to get out of the idea. This one's pretty nice. Particles a bit like strange. I don't feel like they fit at all. Text about the right size. I just think it's this like purple line thing that's throwing me a bit. I don't know if that was necessary, but it still looks like pretty solid composition. Kirby qualified. No way. With Toon Link? Young Link. Awesome. I think this is fairly solid. I just think everything needs to... So I feel like this could come down a bit. There's a lot of space here, which is just not present anywhere else. Everything else has got a way shorter one, in my opinion. Like these two. This is the big thing. These two, the leading of it is very different to this leading. Especially when these two are the white ones. I think even if that was still there, I think moving the Kobe down more near qualified could have worked quite nicely. But yeah, I think it's just like compositional issues here. There's a video. Ooh. That's really nice. I think the wind zone bit is a bit like weird since that's hugging the side like a fuck ton where nothing else is. Like that should have just been space. That fully should have just been space. Also, like the video is really nice, putting everything together. And with like the particle world and stuff. That's cool. Is that what it's called? Probably. Hi, Kaylee. Kaylee, I'm not reviewing anything you do. I'm joking. I'm joking. Welcome back, JP. Yeah, the animation's very smooth. I like the... I'm gonna embarrass myself. The Desier paths? The eased things, I think. The eased keyframes. Ooh. It's a bit of a long project, so I'll just go straight to the headers now. Alright, I like the theme of this one, the Earth Dune type thing. It's quite nice. Dune, yeah. Is that... Yeah, okay, it is. I'm joking, Gaily! Stop! Okay. I just feel like, early thing here really is the text. I like the composition. I like how everything looks. I do like it. I think the text could have just had more done to it to make it feel more comic book themey, instead of just like green 3D drops out of thing, yellow front. But I feel like everything works very well together. Like there's nothing that I feel like is just there. Maybe the your favorite rapper bit, maybe that could have been like a little graffiti on the wall, like with the MF thing, instead of coming off of it with the drop shadow. Like that just feels a bit there, but everything else feels like a nice scene. How many headers are there? Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright, we'll do 3. We'll do these 3. Sorry, Penny. Okay. This one's quite nice, Persona header. I feel like you did experiment with the text a lot more here, which is nice. Definitely because it's a Persona header. Like, generally a lot of people tend to just use the Earwig Factory and call it a day. So I like how you've made your own type of thing. Like, I like how the O looks like a piece of paper and stuff. Oh, to be honest, this is a very solid piece, honestly. I feel like the only thing is just CC. I feel like this could have just had a bit more done to the backing here. Maybe a gradient map or something. Maybe a bit more texture to it as well. It's very lacking in texture. Overall, it is quite solid. I just think you're lacking in a lot of post things that could enhance it, really. It's enhance. And just this bit's a bit blank, but that's fine. Also, actually, one thing though is the Endeavor text. I don't know why that needed a drop shadow. And I think if you just follow the thing here, like the type of text here, I think that could have looked cool just here, instead of it looking like that with some like weird type that doesn't really match everything else. Yeah, true, Jiffy, they do. This one's pretty nice. This one's very nice. I don't... What can I say? It's because you submitted late, so it's hard to really critique it. Because I prepared all my critique for the other ones, like, beforehand. I don't know really else. I guess just CC, I guess. I think that's just my default at this point. I don't really know what else to say about it. I'm sorry. But I will say, like, text and composition is the thing I'll write down for you. Okay, that's good for you. Let me just check if anyone else submitted. They can F off. Okay, who else? Okay, we can do Ian. He's here. Okay. We'll do your ads and your headers. In fact, to be fair, I've talked about your headers to you personally a lot, so I think I'll do overlays and adverts. Alright. This one is very, very solid and very nice. One thing I will say though is the energy formula here is kind of blends in. It's got nice positioning. I feel like if everything, like everything minus the text here and down here was moved down a bit, so this is more, this gets a tiny bit less space and this gets more space. I feel like it's hooked to the top a tiny bit too much, and it's definitely not got room to breathe down here. And you could definitely enlarge it too. I feel like that could be enlarged. It's an ad, so you want, obviously, your main text to be as readable as possible. So I think that could have been scaled up with everything moved down. That is true, right. So I know you like to work a lot with depth. So one important thing to know is like blurs on the back, blurs on the front, to help just give that like real depth of field look, photography look to it. Like iris blur as well, that could help. Just depth issue really. This one's really nice. Like I think it's just sizing of things. Like I get like you've got all this going on, but I think like since it's an ad, the most important thing is like the main things are very visible. So like G-Full thing up, G-Full your logo up, sized up. And the rest is very stylized and very solid. Just sizing things really. I also, the rings, in my opinion, look too realistic for the rest of it. The sketches, the drawn, I think the rings look too realistic. This one I talked to extensively about. So I feel like we ironed out a lot of the things. I think honestly, you just need to work a lot more on your manipulation skills, which obviously comes with time and effort, and just like knowing what happens in real life. So I'd say that's like you should go through what's his name, Shorty's, Obey Shorty's like manipulation school videos. It's a good playlist of videos. And I also just feel like you should practice making some more abstract manipulation things, like with mountains and stuff. And then come back to something like this and just iron things out. Then we'll do stream overlays, why not? Actually, let's go on. We'll do 3 headers. Well, I think that's nice. 1 random project, 3 headers for everyone. Alright, let me pick something I want to look at specifically. I want to look at this one, and this one, I think. Alright, so first the Metroid one. This is back when you were using like a really weird like file size for your headers. Like let me check what it was. Oh, me hacking. Yeah, 1200 by 400. So again, really with the depth, it's just like blurs in the back, blurs in the front. I like the way he's holding the text. Honestly, this entire like right side and the text is all beautiful. It's just the left side which I feel is lacking. Like you did a lot here with like the characters, the UI and all that, and the little thing. But I just feel like enough love wasn't put here. You have Ridley, like the smash render of Ridley, and like nothing else. I feel like this just needed more love. If you're gonna do this like half and half thing, you gotta give them equal amounts of love. Also, I think the Prime logo blends in with the backing quite a bit. I don't know about the fire there. With this one, the text is really nice. I like it more when you experiment a lot with the text. Like with this one, there's not too much experimentation with the text. Like it's just pink, right? But when you do like the Metroid thing and the glow, when you do the leaves coming out, I think it's beautiful. I think you need to do that more with your text. Just do more with it. One thing I would say is just I don't like the abyss text down here. I don't think that works out. Take that out, maybe replace it with something, or just don't. And I think that's a cool header. Who's DMing me on Discord? Okay, whatever. New Avalon upload. Spoiler alert. Soon. The Mario one's dead old though, so I don't know if may as well. No. Oh, let's look through them. Is there any you want, Ian, specifically critiques actually? I'll let you pick the last one. Or from any other project, whatever. Another thing there's probably just like removing old work that you don't like. Like I feel the Amori one could probably be removed, even though it's cool, but like I feel like the text doesn't do you too much justice. The JoJo's one could be removed. Lizzie one or Peepo got you. There's the Peepo one. And there's the Lizzie one. We'll do the Lizzie one. I have more things to say about it. So, I feel that your biggest issue is the text. You like the Amori one. I don't like the text. I think the text is like really hard to read. Fair enough. It is very unique. I think the rest of it's very nice. Very, very nice. I feel like the text here though is letting you down on the Lizzie one, sorry. Because again, like, I guess it's hard to do with Shikamori because it's dog shit. And I'm joking, half joking. But I feel it's fairly just like there's a lot. It's very bubbly, and then there's also a lot of like extrudedness to it. So I feel that just makes it like very into each other. Like I feel the texture just needs a bit more space. I think it needs to be smaller, and I feel like there needs to be more done to it. If you only like it because you don't have a girlfriend. I'm joking. But yeah, no, I think the rest of it's quite nice, honestly. I think the renders could have been a bit smaller, maybe. No, they're fine, to be fair. Honestly, no, I dig it, like, the whole lines here. No, I dig the rest, to be honest. Maybe the drop shadow is text here as well. I think you should be not more simple, more experimental. Because, like, as I was saying before, like, this text, not that good. This text, I'm not big of a fan of it. This text I really like. Because, like, you added all the lights and shit and the texture. My favorite text probably, like, either this one. The Abby one's beautiful. The Abby one's absolutely stunning. Like, this is nice. And this one, the Hollow Knight one, and the Metroid one. It's just when you do things to them. Like, do more of this, and that's golden. Like the Wing Core one, that's really sick. I just don't personally like. Karumi seems to like it, so I think that's just a personal thing to me. So ignore me for that. I honestly really like the Rio one. I think the lighting really went hard on that. Honestly, yeah, I think it might be a lighting thing as well. Because, like, you can make the ordinary ones look good. It's just the lighting. I think the lighting on this one doesn't do you justice. But yeah, that's my opinion. So, opinion on you. Where are you? Did you submit yours late? I think so. No, I should have you written down. Yeah, there you are. 3D text. Experiment lol. The last thing is giving everywhere love. Like giving each side love. Oh, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, what else was I say? Oh yeah, practice manipulation. If you're gonna go for it, like depth, etc. We're doing alright, like we've gone through a good amount. It's gonna take forever though. Alright, is anyone else here that needs it? Oh, Psycho, you're here. Okay, awesome. Alright, is there anything you want to specifically look at? Like, well, project-wise? Whoa, that's nice. Tommy's there yet. He's not in the stream right now, so I'll do his later. He also said to do him last, just in case I don't have time, because he said I could skip him. Headers 2021, okay. Do 3 of those. Alright, let's do this one. Team Eminence, right. This is the one that knocked my revamp off. So, firstly, fuck you. I'm joking. You haven't designed in like 3. Oh, fair enough. So my first snap with this would be like, I think the 3D logo is really nice. I think it's fine at this size, to be honest. Oh, shut up. Right. I feel like it's just like too. How do I put it? Right. So I feel like this little fire thing, I don't know about it. I think it's too stock imagey. Like, I think it's just too reliant on it as the main thing. You've been in the stream time, you mad? Okay. The text I feel would have been. We can't talk about Bruno? Fuck. Okay. I feel like the text, like style you've got here is kind of weird. Like, I feel the cut-off point, while it is like, it's a cool style type thing, I just don't think it works here, because it's just meant to be the Twitter header, you know. I think you need more information about what Team Eminence is, maybe, like this, like this socials, possibly. Even though that isn't necessary at all, to be fair. I don't like socials. Yeah, low quality too, the stock image. 2 hours! Okay, firstly, fuck you, I spent like 5 hours on mine. I feel like as if like, right, so I do see where you mean by it has to be there, but I feel as if there could have been something different done to it. No, don't be sorry, I know they asked you for it, I'm just playing around, Like, the header's still there looking good on my port, you know? But yeah, that's what I have to say about it. I just don't... I think you... If you just had 2 hours to do it, that makes a lot of sense. If you had more time, there definitely could have been way more done to it. Oh, you just did it cause? Okay, that's changed everything. Okay. That has changed everything. I hope you're ready. Okay, right. I know you live here. Watch what happens. You'll find that there'll be a knock at your door in 2 hours from now. Yeah, Creamy, that's about the average time I spend at least. How long are you spending? I can imagine it's a while. Jesus Christ. Well, you do like, I have watched you, like, you hand draw a lot of it, so I guess it makes sense. Annuals look like amazing. Okay, let's go on to this one. This one I actually really like. This is one of my favorite works from you, so like Psycho. The 3D, it looks really like all the lighting. I think is really nice. I think you could just honestly move the Sora a tiny bit to the left. It's golden. Move text maybe a little to the right. Like I feel it just needs like tiny bit usage of this space more. Otherwise, literally nothing. This is amazing. I love this so much. Yeah, 10 hours like seems to make sense. Guess I'm just quick on it. Sometimes I feel like it take ages though. Oh, you've pointed that out to me now and I can't see it. Yeah, the Sora text isn't centered. Other than that though, I really like. I think you need to stick to the style. I know the rest don't really follow this too much. probably because they're really old. Because I remember you making these like bro, it had to be a year ago by now. But, you know, I think you need to stick with something like this. Like this here is like, I feel there's just less love put into it with the backing, which is just like particle effects, and the text being like fairly like unstylized in comparison to this, because this like screams Kingdom Hearts to me. All the backing just like screams prestige, like it just screams all Kingdom Hearts. Like the render as well, it all matches, like it all looks great. I just feel like this doesn't scream to me what Min. It doesn't scream like you've stylized the header. I feel like you've just a lot less love put in. A test, alright. That's alright, but yeah, no. What cream mess with colour a bit more? I think colour's like a thing as well. Because like we still have this yellow here. We could have used that as maybe like an accent, maybe here. But yeah, sorry, I'm being quick. I just don't want to go over it any time. So okay, cycle. For you, it would be design more. And I don't know. It's like the things we look like. You have most like. This was a fucking test. This is beautiful, and this you made in 2 hours. I don't know what else to say other than like, I guess just experiment. Like, I guess just color. Yeah, color. I think that's the main thing, because this one the colors don't really work either. Because you have like purple, blue, and then red and blue. And school as well, fair enough. That too, honestly. Actually, I'll write that in the comment thing. Everyone in the stream right now, make big projects. I want to see big projects from everyone. Like, we saw leaks of using, like, they're generally the most impressive. Like, instead of making, like, 5 headers in, like, 2 days, why don't you spend those 2 days making something with a bit more substance? Make a rebrand or something, like, do something crazy. Make a collection of headers if you want to. Just do something that you can make as a standalone thing, and that immediately makes your portfolio just that much better. Just something bigger, something more expansive that'll take you longer. Honestly, that just comes down to brainstorming and mood boarding. Honestly, it's like, if you start like running through Behance, maybe you even just type in project, you'll find like a billion different things. Like, hold on, let me just go on, like, let me just search for projects, right? If I scroll through, there'll be 10 billion different things. Like, whatever this is, right? Team 1R, what the fuck's this? See, this is awesome, right? All stylized and shit. And it's just a big project filled with, like, graphics for one thing. Like, streaming thing, or whatever it is. We scroll down even more. There's a lot of esports things, I'm sorry. That's me. We have a collection of posters. Collection of posters is awesome. Hold on, I have mood boards real quick. Like, make a mood board of stuff, right? We have phase chess Vertica. Like, this was cool. This is experimental, and there's a lot you can do with it. This is COVID branding, you know. You can do anything. You got 3D. You got motion. You can do so much. Just look, honestly, for inspiration. You can make one about a character. You can do anything. Alright, let's see. Let's go for Cookie. He's been sitting here for a bit. So I know a lot of these are also going to be really old. One thing I do want to talk about is, not streams. Okay, headers, right. So Cookie has this style. Since I know he's not here, so I'm just going to refer to him like that. So it's a really nice style. I just feel like there's a complete lack of contrast. I feel like he's doing what Kurumi's doing, but without the color contrast of the text. So we have the yellow here that points out different assets, but I feel if the text was maybe that yellow as well, it would have been a lot more standard about, because in just basic color theory, contrasting the backing from the foreground main information is a very important thing to make sure it doesn't blend in. Like if this wasn't in a readable type, I probably wouldn't understand. It probably blended in too much if it wasn't 3D as well. So I feel you need to experiment more with that color. It's nice. It's stylized. I can't say anything. That's a song that isn't from here. I'm just gonna replay this playlist. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. I didn't even notice. I can't really say much about how stylized. I think that is just the point. Like with ultra stylized headers, I don't feel like there's much critique I can give, because like, if they're meant to look like that, they're meant to look like that. This says Majora. I know that's Majora's little logo thing, because I know, like, for starters, like, Majora... Do I follow them? I should do. Yeah. This is, like, their whole, like, thing, right? That they're, like, crazy text and all that. So, and this is, like, their little logo thing. So, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, that's, like, little, like, logo mark. So that's not a Cookie issue. It's not him issue, it's just his thing, so... Oh, Kurumi, do you want to explain the overlay thing a bit more, so I can just sound it out so we can send to Cookie? Grunge and 3D don't really work, to be honest. Ah, okay. But yeah, Cookie, hear that? So if you want to do more of like what Kurumi does, since I can see the inspiration there, a lot of the time, not always, that like grungy textures and stuff don't really work too well with 3D. It can do, but not always. So you should try and standalone them. This is the third one, so I'll end it. Actually, no, I'll make it 4 because this one doesn't count. So this Arbiter one, it's like, the theme's nice, but I feel as if it doesn't work too well with the text. Like the text is not, but I feel it's the direction is really like not the right one. Like maybe if it went this way, but I feel like it's facing in a weird, awkward angle. I also feel like some elements such as this butterfly and these flowers don't really fit with the paper thing you've got going, because everything else is just made out of paper. And like there's the doodle things. I feel like if you just added like more kind of things like that. Also, one thing I want to say is like opacity should not be too much abused. I feel like this could have been like completely opaque and it would have been great. Yeah, it's a very weird mix where it looks like it's flat, but it also looks like it has depth. I just think he should have stuck with the flat one. Yeah, I agree. Another Kurumi tip: stick to one thing being flat or like filled with depth. But yeah, back to my opacity thing. Like, I got some really good advice from Over Emerald, which is just like, if there's something you wanna have seen, make it seen. Like, I feel like these are the type of things people just back out of rather than commit to. Opacity can, like, using transparency can work very well in a lot of cases, but in most, I feel you should just make things seen if you want to have them there, or they just shouldn't be there. Yeah, it's a good idea, Psycho. Alright, this Ichiko one is very stylish, and it's very nice. I just feel like it's very hard to read. Everything is very, like desaturated, and the color, like, I feel like the colors just, like, this could be way more standout. And also, just, like, a last thing, because this is a very easy one to make critique on, it's just, the Beyonce logo is too big, in my opinion. That's just very small, but it's very big. A way to check the size of an asset in a canvas. I usually use my phone to look at the graphic to see if a subject asset is too big or enough for the user's eyes. If it's a small tip, I do feel my text is too big. That's a very good tip. Yeah, this would bang so hard if the text popped a bit more. But yeah, no, that's a nice tip, Leek. Like, using a smaller screen to check if something's big or not. Because I know, especially in logo design, that's incredibly important, that things are visible on a smaller thing. So that's why they use mock-ups and stuff. But yeah, no, I wanted to go over his esports thing, since I honestly think, like, I know this is dead old, so ignore that. But like, his newer esports stuff for Revenant are really fucking nice. Like, I think this is where he stands out a lot. Topo map gone, and this would be amazing, in my opinion. I just think this is very beautiful. Oh yeah, and with thumbnails as well, text needs to be quite big and popping so people can actually see it. I struggled with that a lot at the start. I also just don't like putting text on my thumbnails. But it's important for YouTube clicks, of course. Except with the splash one. But yeah, no, this is really nice. I don't have much to say on it. I think it's really nice. I think you do well with esports stuff. And this one, I really like this one as well. I feel like the sponsors could have been higher, but literally it doesn't matter. Like, this is beautiful. Like, I really like this. It just says Cookie all over it. I don't like typography maps. But yeah, no, I really like it. I still have the PSD for this one. But yeah, for you, Cookie, it would be both color and working out your textures and choosing between depth and flat. Where are you? Colors. Textures with 3D text is grunge textures. A bit weird. And lastly was what was it again? Oh yeah, pick between having a lot of depth or being flat. Yeah, Cookie CC is definitely amazing. We're getting down the list. Ooh. I have about 20 minutes left to get through all of these, which is nice. ZZ. Okay. Hi ZZ. Twitter headers. What's in the misc as well? Let's see. I thought that's something else. Oh my god. Oh my. The internet's ruined my mind. Oh my god. Don't talk about it. Just don't say so shit. Alright, Twitter headers. Alright, so actually, here's a good thing. I didn't want to mention it again. But right, so ZZ tends he uses a lot of fan art in his work, right? Not too much, but he uses quite a bit, right? At least the ones he didn't put on his portfolio. Thanks for making me look like a fool, right? He uses fan art, right? But he always makes sure to he personally goes into the artist DMs and asks them, like, and a lot of them do say yes. So just a thing on the fan art, like, artists do say yes sometimes. Like, a lot of them don't care. You just need to ask. That's all. But you know, so with this one, I really like the style. Honestly, yeah, it's just very stylistic. I think some elements just I think some elements might need to be moved a tad. I think it's just like, right, so this god thing, I feel like it shouldn't go over this border. And I feel like this is like hugging the wall a bit too much. Other than that, like, this is just a banger. Like, this, I think this never, like, I just think it's just a lot of like spacing issues, because like it shouldn't be hugging the wall like this, in my opinion. There's like times where it can, like this alone text looks nice, but I feel like this I wish stuff should not be hugging it. I feel like it needs to just fill this space over here. I really like this though, very nice, very nice. I like when you experiment like this. This one is a very, how do I put it? It's like, it's nice but it's weird. Like that's a trademark of you, you're very weird. I really like I feel like Zuzu is honestly like, when he actively tries to make things look amazing, like when he has a lot of freedom to be abstract, he's very good at what he does. Like he's very abstract. If you make him do something that's not abstract, he's just gonna fail. That's a joke. But he will not do as good when he's allowed to be abstract. But you know, this is a very weird header, but I really like it. Is there much I can say? I guess these flowers here look a bit strange, and I'm not a fan of just the white box here. Actually, no, that's a lie, I am. Fuck off. Beatty, I'm trying to look for issues where there is none. Like, I'm like it. This one, what size is this? That looks very small in comparison to what I've just seen. Yeah, that's 1/500 by 500. I'm gonna scream at you for this later. I like it. It's very it's just like your shit's stylized. Like this is sick as well. Like this postcard thing. Every time you do something incredibly stylized, it looks good. With this one, I will say though, this would look amazing, but I don't like the weight of the strokes or the type. I think if you made the strokes a bit smaller, it would have looked way more clean. I feel like the size of them are just not clean. And I also feel like the tracking here could be different. Like a bit more enlarged. I do like the comp of it, but I feel like all of the strokes, like even the square boxes, are a bit too much. That's what I'd say for this one. Alright, for ZZ, probably keep going on the crazy themes and experimental shit. Abstract is awesome, though you may want to try and practice more professional stuff to have the best of both worlds. And I think it's fair to say composite. I said that was like my only complaints with any of them was just comp. Like it's a very slight thing, but I feel like that's what I have to say about it. Alright, play, here we go. Alright, so this looks I swear I think this is old. How like oh yeah, you haven't updated your thing, have you? Like where's your 2022 designs? So I guess I'll just go over these old ones. So with this one, I feel like there's too little going on. Text is a bit too big. This space station thing in the middle is way too low quality, and this is just a background of space. I feel like there just wasn't enough. I think it's fair to say effort put in. There's too little. Oh, good night, Aura. Yeah, I'll try my best to. Have a nice night, bro. But yeah, I feel like there's just like too little going on for it to be like, what's the word? Heavy. I'll use some British terms for it to be heavy. But yeah, just improve on just like giving it a few more touch-ups, like being more creative with it. With this one, you definitely remedied that, in my opinion. I know this is newer. But one thing I would say is color. You need to color and text. So this text needs to be a different color from the backing. or it blends in and it's harder to read. And that's just like basic rule of thumb color theory. Karumi, I'm not being funny. Are you having a stroke? There's been stroke all over like almost everyone's paw. If I have time after, I'm going through everyone's and pointing out one instance of stroke. If you're here. Only if you're here. I need to make you suffer. Oh, but anyway, just like general contrasting, color, backing, foreground, different. Drippy. Drippy. You're safe. Oh, what's that? An inner stroke? Very small, but that's an inner stroke. Stroke. You're safe here. You're safe. You're safe. Ooh. Stroke. Stroke on the ReZero text, very small. I've watched this anime. Stroke. You're barely safe, my guy. Safe. Stroke. Stroke. Let's look at the other ones. Stroke. Stroke. Oh yeah, I should put under yours to remove all designs, actually. Are you safe here, though? You're safe. Okay. This is really nice. It's a good theme. It works quite well to communicate the message. One thing, though, is the PR text, I feel, would have been better if you moved all this down and put it up here. The wood looks a bit low quality. And I feel like it all just needs more texture. Like, the text needs more texture and stuff. The images need more texture. Like, they feel completely flat in terms of the paper. Like, a nice paper texture would have just, like, enhanced these little images here. Hi, Six. Alright, but yeah, that's what I've got to say about Youthflake. It's color. Color contrast. And this one's got to be old, so I'll leave that be. So I'll just say, like, remove old work. And text. I haven't 6. I'm trying to, like, not do people who are not in the stream, but it's hard because I've done everyone in the stream now. But yeah, we can do yours. First snap about your thing is, everything being black is not a look. If you want people to look at your stuff and buy your stuff on Behance at least, having your headers shown, or even just like the word header, like, well, while I don't like that, it's way better than it being black. This is like annoying to traverse, and it makes my eyes look terrible. Make my eyes look terrible. But yeah, no, showcase your headers. I think that's the most important thing. Showcase your thumbnails. Just showcase them. This dude's edgy. All right, let's see. I'd love to look at your advertisement. Can this load now? It just doesn't load for me. I don't know why. These are fantastic, by the way, Six. My Beyonce gone there. Alright, let's go for these. So, you've got 3 here. Okay. Okay, so your style overall is very, very nice. I think, like, I planned out what I was going to say about yours, just in general. So, like, I think your backing and your characters and your CC work is all brilliant. Like, it's pretty much perfect, in my opinion. I just think the one thing holding you back is your text. But I think some text is amazing. This Aaron text really nice. Kendrick text lovely. Nichi text great. I think your text succeeds way more when you are basing it on what the theme is. See this shield text, right? I don't feel this screams anything to do with League Jinx, whatever. And I feel like your text is mostly unsuccessful when it does this. Like, that doesn't tell me Fire Emblems, doesn't tell me Smash, you know. I feel like it's most successful when you do something like that. Like this Joker text. Every time you've used text that fits with a subject, like Pokemon, I feel it looks great. But when you don't, it doesn't. The double stroke. I don't care. Six is one of the only people who make stroke look good. Like, his stroke's immaculate. Don't even chat. Honestly, Six, for your headers and that is literally all I've got to say. I think you should just work on a weight, because everything's very formularized, because I know you like those consistent commissions. I just think your text is just the main issue when it's not based on the theme. When you do it like this Aaron one, again, they look good. Everything, the backing, the character CC, it looks good. You're very good at what you do. You found a style and you're running with it and you're mastering it. That's all I gotta say about you, to be honest. Behance covers in text when it isn't based on theme. Yeah, no worries, man. But yeah, I'll send this document out on my Twitter later so everyone can read their little things. I have 10 minutes to do, everyone. Holy shit, okay. Tommy, we unfortunately will not have time to do. 6 gone, okay. Let's go over this guy. This guy's great. Literally, I don't have much to say other than I realized some stuff on his website looked a bit whack. So I think it was here. Was it here? No, it wasn't. Was it this one? It wasn't this one. I know there was something here where I just because his work's so nice. It's very professional. There was just something off position and I don't remember what it was. Was it the visual then? Yeah, this is cut off. That's it. That's cut off. That's literally it. I know I'm getting a bit lazy, but these people are great. I don't think you'll join stream, so I'll just write here. Text a bit small. Well, that is fair. I think that's because you're looking at it on a stream, maybe. Because I can read that perfectly fine. Oh, actually, you can't zoom into this. I guess that's fair enough. I think the text is fine, personally. That is my opinion, though. I think it's fine, even grey, it's still readable, so I think that says stuff. Danny creates, okay. Nice covers. Okay, so for this one, I'd say it looks really nice, but these assets are I think this asset covering the character looks a bit weird. And honestly, with this style, a lot of it, the blur looks good. That is porn. Almost porn. I'm going on the game ones. I forgot about those. Alright, so you do a bit of so this is a bit of manipulation, so I'll go on to these. I think you need to work on it a lot because, while we've got realistic mountains and stuff, some of them are lower quality. We've got realistic trees and stuff. It's the snowflakes. The snowflakes are really weird. I think the text could be lowered as well. Your idea of peak fiction's worrying. But yeah, I feel as if you need to just like choose between fictional and real. Like, this works very well because it's all very fictional in shapes, abstract. These ones, I feel like just like manipulation error, because like this guy's very desaturated despite being in a jungle. There's a little lighting error here. I can see where he got the texture from. The rest of it looks nice, but I don't know how much of it's manipulated and how much of it's just a jungle. It doesn't really matter. The tree looks really good here. It's blurred and stuff. But honestly, like, his anime stuff's very good. I like his text a lot, which is what a lot of people stink with. This one's lovely. This text is a bit iffy, but I think it's old. Post-processing effects, too strong. So I'll just write down, work on manip, watch VOD, I explain more. Okay. The render could be bigger. The render could very well be bigger, yeah. Though I do believe it's like a fine size for where he is in the jungle. But it could be bigger. Could be the same size. I think that's fine. Text is fine, just a bit boring with the, and I think the post-processing effects makes it look weird. Forest, I don't care. Alright, Santiago. 5 minutes to do all these. Oh boy. I can go over a tiny bit, it's fine, but... Right, okay. So for this one, so you seem relatively new to design in general, which is like fine. So just a few things. I think you should definitely, one, just take inspiration from others. Two, I think you should definitely experiment and watch a few YouTube tutorials on how to do certain things, such as text layer styles. Since like stroke, I think that's fake 3D type thing, is generally not always the move. Your font choice is a bit weird in comparison to the rest of it, and I think the render could be way bigger. You could scale that so much more. Wait, hold on, what did I admit? Okay, you're gonna have to explain to me. I don't know, what have you caught me on? What have you caught me on? Okay. Bro, nah, don't even, fam, right? Nah, right. I have been with you on this since day fucking one, right? I am not a Stroke fan. I'm saying Stroke's definitely not the move. You can make it look good. But in a lot of cases, you cannot. You will not see me touching Stroke on my head as brother. Like, I am with you. I am your friend. I am your pal. I am your gang member, bro. I am with you. I roll with you. But I can't agree with the full ideology, you know? Stroke gang. Nah, bro, like Stroke gang. Do you not remember Stroke gang, bro? The return. Yeah, bro, context clues, Riffy. Why have I just gone to drink nothing? Alright, with this flowers one, I feel like there's just too much of random things. I get you're trying to fill space, probably like some other designers you've seen. but they need to generally make sense within it. Like, this piece of glass is very low quality, and it doesn't, there's no way it makes sense. The chain looks nice with the filter, but again, there's no reason to do that. Like, maybe another chain, try and make it make sense. Then there's the flowers. It's just 3 random assets put together. And then the starwing, I think it is. I get you're seeing to add depth, which is very good. It's very good to start adding depth. But here, it doesn't exactly make sense with it behind the F and above the L. Because that means, like, on a think about it like a 3D space. Like, that F's got to be so, like, ahead of that L. Like, it would, one, be a bit bigger, or this is just a really small fucking F in comparison. And then the starring would have to be in the middle of them. It's really weird. It's like, if you imagine in a 3D space, it starts to make sense why it would look a bit strange. And honestly, like, I am a fan of this. There's just, firstly, the type, I think you need to change it up, change up the layer styles. Just experiment, bro. Like, you're doing a lot of the same thing. I think you just need to experiment. Get some new fonts, maybe use some basic ones. Try stuff out, get exploration, just try things, bro. Just try. I think that's the most important thing about, like, finding a style or what you're good at, what you're not good at, what works, what doesn't work. I think that's a better way to say it. It's just by experimenting. They would do drop shadow as well, yeah. Drop shadows are very... It's very rare that you can make them good without, like, knowing what you're doing with them first. Just adding them to add them does not make them look good. But yeah, no, just experiment. Like, even if they look bad, at least you try it. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Just keep going, bro. Grind never stop, grind never stop. So for you, I'd say... text... experiment a lot more. Yeah, brush or grunge styles with drop shadow looks really weird since it's meant to be quite flat, while drop shadow gives it a bit of depth. And make assets have a purpose. Alright, pyramid. Wait, Alright, so pyramid. So first thing, I love this. I think it looks really cool. Why does everyone slap on Kingdom Hearts headers? That's just a common theme. But the one thing I would say is color. It's a very big thing, but you need the... Like, it's a very big common thing, but contrast is very important. I feel like if this text was different color that contrasts with the backing, it would have looked 10 times better. And also, this, I guess it looks fine, but I'm not too big of a fan of the rectangular circle thing with the iron. Cause like, isn't this a Twitter header? You can see it. Like, the same things would be said over here, except, so this one is just like spacing of the text. Like, that's weird. I can hardly read that. And I think it just doesn't fit, if that makes sense. That would look better if it was just straight on. I think the perspective of the text is a bit weird. This one, okay. I have a strong opinion on this one, right? I love it. I really like this one. I just think if this motion blur that you added to everything was a lot softer, this would have been a banger. The CC goes hard, the text looks really nice, like that 3D stuff with like it looks like jelly. It looks really nice. I love it. On the Falcon one, CC goes hard. CC does go hard. But yeah, no, this Cisco one, just like soften up on the blur and you're fine. Like, blur, while good to have in things in motion, it's not good to have them too strong. You don't like the text? Aww. I'm a huge fan. I think it travels really well with everything. Because you can see, like, inklings down there, then it goes all around in, like, a circle type thing, like this. And I think the text works very well to help promote that. I don't know. What's the weather in America looking like? The temperature in America. Let's see. 11. It's not even that fucking different. That's fair enough, yeah. Right, that is a good critique though. There is a lot more you can do with the text. I bugged at like Ian for this, but when you do 3D text, you can do a full, not even just 3D text, 2D text, just do something with it, except from just having it be just the text. What do you mean you mean it's 47 Fahrenheit? Yeah, Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit and Celsius are different. It's 11 Celsius where you are. And it's 51 Fahrenheit. To us, like, what Fahrenheit is it? It's 57 Fahrenheit, you know? That is not much of a difference, 6. I know 6 has a Discord. I don't talk in it, so I'm not sure of activity. I literally just don't use Design Discord. After Smash Design Discord died, I just kind of stopped. There's not been, like, a place I really feel like I like going into a lot of the time to talk about design. Mine is probably just, like, myself. But, you know, I'll leave Pyramid there. So I'd say just like color and text perspective and doing more with it. Where's Pyramid? Did I not add him? Alright, let me check. Alright, yeah, colors, contrast, text perspective, and doing more with your text. Awesome. Oh yeah, Aurelin, love you. Alright, only 3 left. I need to add next to I'll place that. Ah, that's fair enough, Leak. Maybe expanding outside the Smash. Is there a good tricky design community out there? Maybe is the esports one? I think the esports one's sound. Smash Design, you already know all of us. Annie card. Ah, nice. That's good. That's good. All right. First thing about blue is Bihan's covers. This way. Bihan's covers. Make it your bag. Yeah, Smash Design kind of pooed its pants a bit. Like, it's not there anymore. It's really unfortunate. There was a good, like, lineage. Alright, let's see. Which ones to go over? I really like... Right. It's going to be really hard to critique Blue's work, because these are all done on mobile. And I think some ones like this Karma one are really good. This Mariachi one. A lot of his anime work's great. I just say, like... One thing is just, like, consistency. Like, I feel like on your port, there should be a standard you have to meet. Because a lot of these are very, like, different in quality to others. I feel like that's a big thing. Like, you could definitely remove this Rika one, because like that doesn't compare at all to this one, this Kachinga one. Yeah, the rare text goes really hard. I think my main critique is just removing like work that doesn't compare to your others, because there is a lot I can say about the ones that I think are very poor in comparison to the really good ones, but I just feel like that isn't you know, that isn't what you should be showcasing. Like, I feel like you could be doing much more with your shirt. One thing I did want to talk about was your manipulation though. So here, obviously just text blends in. I like it. I like the manipulation. I like the frost on it. It's very nice. Just the text here and just filling space. I feel if the text was in the center of these two ends. With this one, I feel like the 3D text is just like fairly poor. It doesn't look like stone. The front looks like stone. The rest of it is not convincing. You need to try and make it look more like the object it's trying to be. The rest of the city and all that, and the jungle city looks really nice. I just feel like it's the text that runs it down. This one I really like. I think it looks nice. I feel like the presents are on a weird angle in comparison to like the snow. They shouldn't really be standing like that, I don't think. They're also, actually, the main thing is the quality of it. Like, you can really tell what assets were added and which ones weren't. Like this candy cane, like this little, the shadows wouldn't have, I mean, the snow wouldn't have a shadow like that. The snow would be on top of the candy cane, keeping it upright. And the quality difference, like, you could blur that a lot. Fortnite it is as well. But yeah, no, it's just quality differences between the items you add and the just backing. Like, just blur and all that. This one's fucking funny. I love the Joy-Con Drifter one. I think this is nice. I think this is very nice. I feel like paragraph alignment is a bit strange. I think you can put the professional drifter on the left. Well, no, I actually quite like it. Quite like it a lot. So I just feel like assets you add just need to be blended in more. I know this one's a bit old in comparison to these two. So I don't know what to put on yours. Because it's like, I can't tell. I think that's just it. I can't tell what's new and what's old on the port. And overall, remove old work. Or work that doesn't compare to your good stuff. This is going to be enough for just compliment one. I can't say much about Blender. I can say something about your headers though. Where social media, because like this guy is like insane. I remember him when he was like just starting out in the Smash community, and he was already starting off insane. And then he started just going and grinding and grinding and grinding, and he makes renders like these, and I think they're beautiful. Like, this is my phone wallpaper. Like, it's beautiful. He's really good at what he does. The one thing I would say though is the text on his headers. They blend in a lot, and it's hard to make them work because obviously you focus your time a lot on the renders, so much so that like the text ends up blending and you're just missing like the design fundies. So I feel like if you want to start making more headers, you need to spend a bit more time on the design side rather than the render side, because like they can only carry you so far. I feel like that's my only real critique. The rest is just a beauty to look at. Like, I love all this. Like, that is a beautiful art. He's incredible. Where are you? Incredible 3D work. design fronted on Latin. If you want to do design oriented stuff, headers should work on that, such as your text and other assets within the design. All I really have to and can say about it. And then lastly we have Nixter. Well, let me move this over here. Okay, let's look. So firstly about Behance covers again. Again, just everyone needs to really... Who's Shane? Did I miss someone? Who the fuck is Shane? Oh, that's Primid. Okay, that's who I was looking for. Well, I had to do down there. Did I? Yeah. Okay, never mind. Right. Okay. Sorry, Primid. I don't know you by that name too well. But yeah, Beyond's covers. Where are you? I'm literally just gonna start doing this. Edit Beyond's covers so they feature your work. Right, I'm guessing you're also fairly new. I've seen you around a bit, so it looks like you are doing the grind shit. I just think there's a lot of just like I just feel like you need more time to iron out some things. Like I feel like this render's really low quality, which didn't have to be the case. While this is just an official render, this is a render from the game that's way higher quality. I feel like there was just there's just a need to spend a bit more time on it. The text here is very basic, which is like, you're obviously starting out, you don't know what you're doing too much with the text. So I think you should just experiment, get inspired, and take a bit longer doing your things. Like this text, you could have made the weight smaller, found the font. This one, I see you experimenting a lot with color correction. It doesn't have to be that dark. Bright is fine. Background is a bit strange, in my opinion, since it's just that. You need to experiment with adding more assets to your thing. And this one is just kind of the same gist of just like experimenting more, adding more stuff. I see you've messed with more layer styles, but I think you should feel inspired by others and just try out some crazy things that maybe relate to the subject, like maybe some Persona 5 related things, because Joker, like, I hate Persona 5. And that's it. Okay, I guess we can go over everything else. Your thumbnails, you should have the text more close together, just composition wise, and brighter colors. It's a thumbnail, you need it to be seen by people, you need it to be eye-catching. And then I've not done this in too long. Let's see. Oh, we have a few here. You're a top 8 person. Okay. Okay, your composition's fine. I just feel like you just need to like work on your style choices and theming, and just spending a lot more time on it. Like the date behind here, you could have lowered that, made it down here, made it visible, like you did with the cam thing. Actually, no, you didn't. You can do that with the cam thing. There's another time here that just contradicts that time. There's just a lot of thinking you need to do in order to really push your designs. That's what I'll say. I think you should just push yourself. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. Experiment a button to expand your style. I like the sketching out ideas. It's very underutilized, like mood boards and sketching out ideas. I'll actually write that, like preparation. Preparation, sketching, mood. Oh my god, why is my spelling just dying today? Mood boards, etc. are very underused. Use them! I think that is everyone done. Wow, okay. I will share this on Twitter real quick. And then, well, that was a nice stream. I'll probably like raid my friend because they're streaming right now. If you guys want to go watch them, whatever. Portfolio stream doc filled with individual critique for everyone who couldn't make the stream once. A reminder. That's not how you spell reminder. Okay. Yeah, of course. I hope I can do this again sometime. I want to see a giant improvement in everyone's work. I don't know, maybe send some stuff. I don't know, maybe. I just want to I want to see the improvement maybe from this advice. I hope it's done something. Drippy, I know Drippy's already gone and made stuff. I can't wait to see. I know it does. I know it does. But it's just like routine for me to do that. But yeah, hopefully I've helped. I'll try and do this more since I know it helped me a lot and I know people don't be doing those anymore. Crew me. I'm joking. But you know, Crew used to be the guy who did all the port reviews and they were so helpful. So I want to be like him. For everyone else who maybe didn't get a chance to see us. Alright, let me raid my friend. Thanks for watching. Bye. They're playing Getting Over It. What the hell? Thanks for watching. Bye.